welcome back. I'm Mitku. We're in our testing area. Long story short, I know I've said this before, I'm in film. And sometimes film things take up way more time than I expect them to, and that's happened again. But instead of delaying an episode like I probably should have and have done in the past, I thought, let's just take it easy a little bit. There's some footage from the previous episode that I meant to put as a tag ending and didn't end up using. So I think we're gonna pick back up where we left off kind of in the last episode. I found this really cool tower, and it was actually a lot of fun to go through and explore it and fight all the enemies. So we'll do that. We'll be back here in a moment. There's some things I want to talk about later, but let me go prep that while past me takes you on another little adventure. Okay, go. Bye. Okay, I can't help myself. If the video ends up being long, the video ends up being long. I must know what's in you. You look magical and cool. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, one more time. Yeah. Okay. Got frost skellies. Ooh, more of those statues. Let's eat one of our fruit skewers. Let's go. Die, cretin! Yeah, thankfully these guys don't hit very hard. Yeah. Those guys hit a little bit harder. Come on. There we go. Here. Ooh, there's just an army of skeletons. Oh, come on. Okay, why is it not registering my... Oh, is it because I'm out of stamina? It's probably because I'm out of stamina. Thank you. Alright, no, those are just regular scraps. Who's shooting? You're shooting. Come on. Come on. There we go. What else you got for me? Anything interesting in the chest? No. Anything I can drop off in the chest? Let's get rid of that. That and that. I think for now, that's it. I'm going to work on just nomming through this food. So we have space for more treasures. Should there be any more treasures? Should we pick up that crystal? Okay. I think that's it on this floor. Yeah. Oh. Thank you for that. Alright, what else we got? What else we got? Oh, that's cool. Anything out here? Nope. Anything up here? I hear bad guys. Do not see bad guys. Gauntlets. Ooh, food that's cooked. actively see there's something in you. Ooh, I'll take the cobalt, the potion, and the shards. Thank you. All right, let's keep going. Ooh, that was almost bad. Anything? Ooh, there's a chest right here. Copper hatchet. Alright. Let's keep going. Oh, I think all the bad guys are up here. Ooh, arrows. Take the crystals. Wow. Isn't that fun so far? However far I've gotten into... Oh, we're back here. Something I wanted to talk about, because we've talked about our plans for the castle kind of before with the walls and all that, and I know I mentioned that we probably need to make this a little bit taller, and then of course we got our rough outline of the central gathering area. So like the market would be this way, and then we'd come in here and you'd have that old training center, whatever, and then castle wall kind of going over here, and then we'd go in through here to actually get into the castle, I think. So coming over here, something I was thinking about, we're doing the wall out of basalt, which I really like. But the wall may... I think if we do everything out of basalt, it'll blend in, I think, maybe too much with the magma volcanic basalt landscape. A lot of gray tones, you know, and I think for the castle building itself should stick out a little bit. So, I'm looking at different palettes for our castle wall. I mean, it's like varying degrees of how much do we want it to stick out. I'm kind of leaning into this shale brick right here. This runic one is really, really cool. I might save that for the wizard's tower if I can figure out how to get a hold of more of it. Or it could just make for a really cool floor. So I may use that for something else. So let's just get rid of you. I have to figure out how to get you first. So if you have any idea where that is, please let me know. The calcite is interesting. I like the way it looks. So I'm wondering if we can't maybe do a combo, or is that going to be too Neuschwanstein castle, you know, Cinderella castle? We'll see. The limestone, I think this is maybe a little too contrasty, and then you know, this almost all three kind of works together in a weird way. Yeah, I really like how these three kind of go together. So we really like this. This is just normal stone brick. I like the calcite brick a lot, and I like, not that one. I like the shale brick a lot. They kind of just go together in a weird way. You know, it's like various points upon a spectrum. I don't understand color theory at all, but I don't know, something about that just really goes well for me. Let's say we use calcite as the foundation here, and then we take, I want to try to use the half slab technique here, where we, come on, why is it doing weird? Okay, weird. So while the rotation thing helps you figure out like orientation, it doesn't always show you where exactly you're placing it. So like here, for example, so I got this slab in, and then it's not showing it pressing up against that one, but if I go to place it, it'll place it against it. So it's a weird look. Anyway, so back to what I was doing. So my thought is, if I take this and we go all the way up, so I'm gonna take the calcite and we just made this wall. This current wall is the same height as over there. Actually, let's go ahead and have this be a little bit longer. Much better. So yeah, we got our stand-in wall here, which is the same as our wall over here. So this would be the wraparound to get to here. You know, I should probably place this in too, just so we kind of have a better idea. So now we have a better idea of kind of where things are going, because I had this idea of what if we took the slab and did something like this, maybe just going underneath that. From there, come one out, just keep progressively tearing this down, maybe to just right there. And then we would do the same on this side. Like that. We just need to figure out what to do in the middle here, which I assume we could just maybe like that. So I went ahead and extended the wall out so we have kind of a better representation of the castle wall, of the actual keep. I like this base. I'm wondering if maybe this isn't the color, but at the same time, I think it is. I think this gray, like, so if we take, actually, let's use this. Okay, well, ignore that, because apparently I don't know how to use this tool, so we're just going to pretend like this didn't happen. Our floors we're mainly surrounded by cooled magma. There's some other blocks mixed in there, but it's mainly cooled magma. That's fine. I want to kind of lean into that, right? So I think shale is definitely the way to go in terms of this. I'm having doubts about the calcite. I think it'll be a cool accent block, but I'm thinking we either need to go full shale like this. I like how the basalt and shale go together, and of course the shale and shale goes together, but what I really like about this shale is it's not like super close to the brick, since they're like two completely different shades. So what it allows is for these two block types to not just blend into one another, which is what I kind of find with the basalt and stone stuff. You have these different types and they're like really similar shades, so it all starts to blend together. But I don't hate how these look together. It's a really, really, really good option, and I think what it would allow us, I think either one of the two options will allow us to do this, but I think if we go up to a certain point and then we have like a decorative, you know, midsection, like, you know, we just split it off here with something, and then what the, is that a visual? Huh. How peculiar. I wonder why it does that. Anyways, if we split it off like this, and then we could then put a different block type on top of it, you know, so we have two-tone going up. which I think would be pretty cool. But maybe that's too many tones, because I'm really wanting this castle to just be a completely different tone all its own. Shale, good option. I really like it. Our next option would be stone brick. My only hesitation is that it is kind of basic, but we can easily get a lot of it, which is great. But what I also really like is it's this nice middle ground between the brightness of the shale and the darkness of the basalt. So it gives us a nice middle place to meet, and it gives us a really nice two-tone situation. So, well, really a three-tone situation. So I don't think it would like overtly stick out. I'm in two places. I'm almost wondering if we do stone for most of the outside and then do shale for like roofing and stuff. That could be, you know, nice. I'm going to assume that the oh, come on. Come on. Why aren't you? Okay. No? Okay. Okay, here we go. You know, shale, I think the shale roof kind of goes. I mean, obviously this is not the actual height it would go on, but it, you know, it gives us a little bit less awkward way to see the colors kind of blending together. But I actually really like that. Okay, so you know what? Let's do this. No calcite. We're gonna use... Ooh, the shell gravel is pretty cool looking too. Okay, so we're going to use the shale gravel. We're going to use this shale half slab and the shale brick at some point. I think that's just, you know, parts of the accent, but we're going to use the shale roof. So we're leaning into these purpley blue tones, and then the stone tone is going to be our more neutral point. And then we could also use, that means we could also probably use, there we go. We could probably use our volcanic, yeah, the volcanic stuff looks like it goes pretty well with our shale, like gravel, and yeah, just the regular shale. The blue may hit it a little hard, but you know, they don't not go together. So we got this nice bluish, purpley, earthen tone stuff going on, and I keep talking like I know color, but I really don't. I promise I don't. I think that's our plan, kind of going forward with the castle, and then we'll have this kind of like tower up, and then we'll have the big window. I have to figure out windows. Okay, come with me. Come with me. All right, so we saw this in the beginning. I really like this room. Obviously, I'm not going to use this room in our actual castle. This is a little too dark Fire Lord type building, but you know what? That's okay. There are things about this though I do kind of want to use. I like this kind of vaulted ceiling and whatever. You know, I just wanted to give a cool little atmospheric intro place. Even though, like, most of this, I don't think we'll get seen. But anyways, the thing I wanted to talk about, the window. We don't have glass. I've looked, you know, if I come in here and I type glass, it just brings up grass for some reason. I can't, only thing I can find for windows is windows. And I don't really like, these are fine, you know, but like if I wanted to replace, the textures don't connect and add. I mean, it's cool looking, sure, but It's not quite what I was envisioning in my head. So I don't know what to do about the window situation. So I want these big arched, you know, windows, especially like on the outside, because I like think Hogwarts Castle and like the Great Hall type windows. That's kind of what I want to do right here. But as of right now, just having to use the windows, I don't know, I'm just not a fan of these. We'll see how we can make it work, but man, this is really disappointing. They need to add some glass soon. Enough of my ramblings about the glass and the lack thereof. I think we got a really, really cool palette going on. I like the blues and purples and stone tanny colory things. I think that's gonna pop enough on our dark landscape. It's something we gotta kind of keep in the middle of our head. Words are hard. Anyways, but we gotta keep an eye out for how our buildings are sitting on that dark texture. I don't want to do anything too bright because then it's going to stick out too much, but so we got to keep, I think, more muted earthy tones so we can stick out enough so it pops, but not so much that it just becomes super annoying. Anyways, yeah, back to the skeleton hunt. Oh, all the bad guys are up here. Ooh. What the? Hey. They are fighting themselves. Yeah. Hey, come on. Yeah. Ooh, okay. Back up. Yeah. Not the best time for eating. Come on. I'm stuck. Okay. Oh. Whew. That was chaotic. All right, now is a better time for eating. Okay. Let's get in here. Ooh, no. Okay, the priest dudes do actually hit fairly hard. Gotta think a little bit more. Okay, I got 38 arrows. So what I can do, load up. Move you out. And take care of you out here. Oh. Sweet. I think they killed off the other wizard dude. Alrighty, let's poke around, see if we can find anything worth of value. I'm not seeing anything up here. Anything over there? Well, it broke off. You saw that, it broke off. I didn't do it. Don't mind if I do. Lost Civilization lantern. I'm just going to take all of these because they look cool. More decoration I don't have to build. And I've also found out a lot of the decoration hasn't been added to survival crafting yet. Which is kind of unfortunate, but I guess kind of makes sense that not all the recipes have been added in. But you can find them in creative. here? Anything over here? Oh, nope. Oh, take that. Oh, those are berries. That's another thing I'm going to take. I don't want the ash logs anymore. Lost civilization torch. Oh yeah, and I want these too. I hope these stack because there's a couple of them in this building. Let's drink the potion. Please, please, please stack. I really need you to stack. Alright, I'm taking all the light sources in here. Now it's getting hard to see. Anything up here? Don't see anything here. Moment of truth. They do stack! Yes! More arrows. Do I want this potion? Nah. Coffins. Chest. Oh yeah, my backpack. I could get rid of these bows. Put that there. Can I take the coffins? No, I cannot. I can break the coffins. I cannot take the coffins. That is unfortunate because they look kind of cool and I have an idea for something down the road that these would have fit for. Oh well, oh well. I guess I'll take those potions anyways. It's you. You're just regular torches. Don't care about the regular torches. Anything in here? Invalid item. 3 of them? Iron mace, which I don't care about. Get rid of the bow, take those. I wonder what these are. Would it break the game if I... I wonder what that's supposed to be. Okay. That looks like it's it. I'm gonna sweep back through, grab the last bit of torches and whatnot that we missed that I want to keep. And then, yeah, we'll just call it, I think. Oh. This is awkward. Well, welcome back. Did you enjoy the adventure? Because I did. A lot of fun, lot of fun. I really want to do that more often. Go out and explore the different locations that you have around Hytale. I just find them so much fun to explore and find and fight and do all the things and loot all this stuff. I don't know, it's a great part of the game. Just an alive world ready to be found. I guess my fear is that I know it's all generated, and what if we just start running across the same stuff all the time? But you know, I know we're still haven't scratched the surface on everything we can find, but I think that's all we have time for in this episode. We got a great palette coming together for the whole castle build, which will definitely start in the next episode. We'll get the terraforming. That just might happen. You know, we'll probably just come into the next episode and that'll be done. I can't figure out a good way to make that, you know, entertaining, and I'm sure you don't want to just see me digging for hours. So I'll get the terraforming done, and then we can actually start the fun part, which is actually building the thing. The wall, I think, yeah, it needs to come up just a couple of blocks. I don't want the beams sitting just on top of the slab facade thingy-mabob, whatever that's called. Does anyone know what that's called? I don't know. Anyways, but the rest of the palette's coming along great. I'm really, really happy with it. The shale gravel, I think, was going to make a perfect pathway around the island. It sticks out so much, but it blends in really well. You know what I mean? It's coming along, and I'm really, really happy with where it's coming along. You know, we have some limitations right now. You know, we don't have the glass. We don't have sheep that are growing up, so we can do all our bannery type stuff. You know, we can't make custom banners yet. I feel like it's almost there, and I'm just really, really, really happy with where everything's at right now. But anyways, so yeah, that's definitely all we have time for now. But next week we'll be back to normal, and all will be right in the world. So anyways, again, thank you so much, and thank you for everyone that is to subscribe. Thank you for everyone that will subscribe. I appreciate you all so much. Until next time. Okay, bye.